Yep, Charlamagne the God. We are the Brilliant Idiots, and this week's episode of Brilliant Idiots is brought to you by Bevel. The holidays are around the corner, and we all know someone who suffers the plight of razor bumps. What better gift is there than the first and only shaving system designed for coarse, curly hair and sensitive skin? And here's a gift from the good folks from Bevel. Get the first month of your Bevel subscription for free. Just go to getbevel.com/idiots and sign up today. That's getbevel.com/idiots and sign up today. Let's start the show.
True, man. You and your posse need to make sure you have nice.
Oh shit, they trying to sabotage you, Schultzy. Dwayne trying to sabotage you because he heard you a sneaky Trump supporter. You don't want to fucking have your mic up.
Dude,
oh shit.
You know what is so funny?
Grab him by the posse. What?
Grab him by the posse. Yo, you know this is something where I was talking to Mean and Van about this shit. I was watching magic. Have you seen the way black people react to magic tricks?
What you mean, like David Blaine and shit?
Dude, this is the fucking most hilarious. Black people go crazy at magic.
Why look like you doing stand-up? You got your mic in your hand?
Fucking
that sounds like a black good stand-up joke.
Right.
You ever seen how black people react to magic?
And it's so funny to me because black people are skeptical of literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
The government, the Illuminati is out there. They think fucking aliens, UFO, everything. You believe in Sasquatch. They believe in absolutely everything. But if you take a fucking 3 of hearts and pull out of behind their ear, it's like, no, that shit was real. That shit was 100% real. That is a fact that happened. By the way,
I don't know about David Blaine, but I distinctly remember, I'll never forget this.
You about to tell me you believe in magic?
Sort of, kind of. Yeah, I don't believe in all that sawing men in half and putting them back together shit, but I don't believe in David Blaine walking on water and all that shit. But I will tell you something that I saw for myself firsthand. We was in Chicago.
This dude brought a rabbit out there.
Nah.
This dude is crazy.
Wendy Williams used to have a deal with Alizé.
Yeah.
Remember that shit, Alizé?
Yeah.
So she used to do these fucking crazy ass
Incredible
bottle
Hulks.
signings in the hood.
Yeah.
Right? You know, Incredible Hulk was Hypnotic.
Hypnotic and Alizé.
No, Hypnotic and Hennessy.
Oh.
So she would go to fucking the liquor stores and sign the bottles.
Yeah.
We in the liquor store one day. This bum, I mean a bum. Like he was he was a bum. Yeah, he was a homeless bum. I mean, hasn't washed in years, the fucked up fungus on his foot, everything. So he's standing in front of us. And you know how you don't really try to pay bums attention. You know, you give him some money and you keep moving. So I really wasn't trying to pay him attention because I had no money to give him at that time. So I really wasn't trying to pay him attention. But I kept seeing him do some shit with his hands. He just kept doing like moving his hands like this, moving his hands like this, moving his hands like this. So I finally watched him. This motherfucker had cards in his hand. He was dropping the cards. And as he was dropping the cards, they would just vanish in midair. And I'm like, all right, what the fuck's going on right now?
Right.
So he would just... Then he went up to Wendy and pulled it from behind her hair, and she freaked out. And he pulled the cards out from behind her fucking hair.
Yeah.
And she was freaked out.
Yeah. I'd be frightened if a homeless person was that close to me too. Get your disgusting, stinking hand away from my hair.
I mean that too.
Good money for this hair.
That too. But some shit can't be explained. And I don't know how the fuck he was doing that shit, bro.
Bro, do you see this is
how was he doing it?
Let me explain to you. If you ever watch a David Blaine thing, there's a reason why 90% of the people he does the tricks for are black.
Yeah,
there's a specific reason he does it. You'll see, he'll even go into the hood to do it. It is hilarious.
Yeah, but fucking TV is different. You can pull all kind of illusions on TV. I was sitting there watching this guy.
It's all the same shit.
I don't know how that was
all
the same shit. But I don't know how that shit was the same shit.
The card's not behind her ear. The card's in his hand.
No, he was dropping them like this. And the shit was disappearing in midair.
This is how he does that. I can even show you that trick
Please
right now.
show me.
So you have the card in your hands.
Okay.
Right? And you have it pinched in between your first finger and your second finger. And when you drop it, you actually bring it above your hand, but your eyesight is following.
Schultz, they were dropping in, I said midair.
Okay.
They were disappearing in midair.
Yeah.
Not inches from his hand, like before they hit the ground, vanishing.
I don't believe that.
I know you don't.
No, that's a complete lie. This guy is a fucking liar. I don't believe you for a second. I don't believe you for a second. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't believe anything you say.
That magic shit is a little something different. I don't believe, first of all, there's no clean magicians.
What do you mean by that?
Real magicians are dirty as fuck.
What are you talking
They're
about?
usually homeless. God would not give somebody powers like that who could actually use them.
You really believe in magic?
Listen,
This
God-
is exactly what we're talking
God would
about.
not give somebody powers like that who could actually use them for good. Like use them to do some real shit.
If you could actually do magic, do you really think that you'd be homeless?
He don't know he knows magic.
Yeah, he does. That's
think
why he
about
bought the
that.
deck of
No, no, no,
cards.
no.
You think
about that.
You think
Yes.
this magic only exists with the cards?
Yo, if you was born
This is crazy.
Listen, if you was born Wolverine and nobody taught you that you were different, you think everybody had claws out their hand.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, like Harry Potter. You would get shot and be like, oh, y'all don't heal when you get shot? I heal when I get shot.
You don't think he'd be watching the news, seeing cops kill black people, go like, well, why aren't these just okay?
Hey, man, he probably thought they had some different type of bullets. Look, it's some bullets out there can shoot Luke Cage, too.
They are?
On the Netflix show it was.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
I don't know, man. I just believe in. I have to believe in some type of magic. I do, because I come from the South, and in South Carolina they do roots, and it's just some crazy shit that can't be explained sometimes. Like it's different when a motherfucker tells you, "I'm gonna make something happen to this motherfucker," and then something happens to that person.
Okay, do you think it is a little bit weird that you 100% believe that a homeless man could make cards disappear out of thin air, but you don't believe it when someone says that they voted for Clinton?
What do you mean?
Like you have skepticism about people who say they voted for Clinton but really voted for Trump. That you're skeptical of.
Skepticism?
Yeah, you're like, I don't really believe that, but you 100%
What do you mean? I don't
believe
understand the question.
a stinking homeless man could make a fucking card disappear out of thin
I
air.
believe in.
Or pull it out behind Wendy Williams' head. First of all, Wendy Williams has a huge head. I'm sure there's more than just cards that are hid behind her head. You could hide a fucking Buick behind that thing. I'm
Listen,
not even the least bit surprised.
I believe in the unbelievable simply because of what the world has shown me. There's some amazing things on this planet. There's some things that we can't explain. So I'm not going to put a limit on whatever God has created or whatever God can do or what powers God has given somebody. I just can't do that.
I don't believe in magic.
Even with Sasquatch, like you act like Sasquatch is an unbelievable thing to believe. All it is a gorilla monkey. It's a fucking monkey in the woods. That's it. Instead of a monkey in the jungle, it's a monkey in the woods.
Stop it.
That's all it is.
They've discovered insects that are like a centimeter long.
Yeah.
We found those insects in the middle of deserts in Africa.
How do we know that Sasquatch didn't
But we
exist?
can't find a 9-foot
No.
fucking gorilla
No.
walking around the goddamn Yellowstone Park.
How do we know?
That's hard to
No,
find.
I don't think that he's hard to find. I think they found him and they got rid of that motherfucker. They was like, you can't exist with humans. This got to go.
So they listen. They're obedient Sasquatch.
No, they killed him. They got him the fuck out of here.
So there are no more Sasquatch.
I don't think so. I think they're extinct.
All right, that I can. Yeah, of course they're extinct.
I think they're extinct. I mean, if you think about it, most of the early, I mean, you hear every now and then sightings now, but most of the early sightings were like 60s, 70s,
Sure.
80s. Like, yeah.
A lot of shit is extinct.
Yes. I think the Loch Ness Monster existed at one time.
No.
Yes, absolutely. Why not? Especially in the water. Why not would you? It's some crazy shit be popping out that goddamn ocean.
First of all, it's not in the ocean. It's in a
What was the
lake.
Loch Ness? But doesn't the fucking lake like
No, it's
connect
just-
to an ocean?
No, it's just a lake. Loch. Loch
that's some
means
bullshit
lake.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some
It's
bullshit.
absolutely bullshit.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Why would there just be one? There's just one dinosaur
Nobody else said
swimming
it
around the lake.
was.
Say again?
I mean, okay, let's say it was a dinosaur, which could
Yeah.
be a possibility.
Yeah.
What if it was one of the last remaining dinosaurs?
And what, it just lives forever?
No, it's dead now. Nobody ever says they see it now. All of this shit we're talking about is literally
There's no Loch Ness Monster.
could have been at one point.
Magic isn't real.
not
And there's no such thing as whatever the
You
fuck
have
the
to
other thing
believe
was.
in the unseen shows.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do. That's
No,
how you
you
become
don't.
successful. Becoming successful, you have to have a bit of delusion. You have to feel like you do have a certain amount of magic with you.
No.
Yes.
You don't have
You know
to
how when you
believe
watch
in
certain,
magic.
who's your favorite comic?
You don't have to believe in magic. My favorite comic is Patrice O'Neill. But you
You don't
don't
think
have to.
Patrice O'Neill was magical in some ways?
No, I just thought he was exceptional at what he does. I believe in greatness. I believe in skill. I believe in developing a skill set and becoming great at that and being better than other people at a skill. When Usain Bolt runs fast, I don't think it's magical. I just think he's faster
But he
at
has
running.
a certain je ne sais quoi that everybody else doesn't have.
Yeah, it's called fast.
LeBron, listen, it's plenty of players that are 6'8", 250, but they can't do what LeBron does.
Actually, no, there's nobody that's built like LeBron.
Karl Malone was built like LeBron.
No, Karl Malone is
Karl
built
Malone might
like
have been
a
bigger than LeBron,
cinder
actually.
block. But Karl Malone did not have LeBron's dribbling ability. He did not have his court vision. He doesn't have
He
his
didn't have
agility.
the magic LeBron got. Period. It's
It's
like
not magic. It's actual skill. Magic is something that doesn't exist, right? This dude
somebody go
has skills that actually exist. Chris, can somebody go get Letty?
Just tell Wax grab him.
Yeah. So, yeah, this guy has actual skills.
I believe that it's a certain amount of magic. I believe some people are good.
You just are using the word magic to describe things that actually exist, and that's where I disagree with you.
When you call, I'm not gonna front, man. When I was young, I used to walk out the Kingdom Hall, and I would literally jump in the air, and I'd be looking down on cars. That's how high I would jump. So I've always thought that I had a certain magic about me. I always thought I always thought I dwelled in like supernatural shit like that. I've always felt like that.
But are you starting to see a pattern here?
What you mean?
With your delusional thinking?
No, because being delusional is what puts you in certain positions.
Absolutely. I think Jesus was delusional. I think Muhammad was delusional. I think all these people were delusional.
Listen, I'm not going to ever say Jesus was delusional. You know why? Because Jesus never said any of this shit about himself. We're only hearing about what people said about Jesus.
Imagine what he said about himself.
He probably didn't say none of that shit.
If this is what other people say, imagine what he said about himself.
Bro, look how they talk about Tupac now. Tupac only been dead 20 years. Jesus been dead 1 billion. Yeah. Okay, so give Tupac another 500,000 years. Walking on water, goddamn.
Okay, fine. But look at Trump. Trump is delusional. That shit works. People follow delusion. They follow extreme confidence.
Trump has extreme confidence. I mean, Trump has to have a certain amount of delusion to believe that he's that successful.
I believe in delusion.
I was talking to Sinbad today, and Sinbad said he used to work for Trump in the 80s. I used to do something with Trump, and he was like, Trump was always braggadocious. Trump always thought he was better than everybody else. Trump always had this air of confidence. And you have to be successful.
There's a quote.
You have to.
Yeah, there's a quote, and I believe in it. There's a quote from the book, his book, The Art of the Deal, which is really interesting. I don't have exactly what it is, but Akash showed it to me the other day, and it basically said, fuck. It was basically essentially, it's like, listen, one of the most important things with me and my skill set in terms of making a deal is I exaggerate it. I say it's the biggest thing. It's the best thing ever. Nothing's going to be as big as this. And it goes, people want to believe in big. They want to believe in the best. And if you sell them that dream, then they will follow you and they'll come with you because they want it more than anything.
What's what I tell y'all on this podcast all the time? Life is about the buying and selling of dreams. Everybody you love has sold you a dream. They've made you think they were the best, and when you can back it up, it's even better.
Right?
Because that's my thing. When you put these type of proclamations out there, you have to back it up. If not, you're just blowing smoke. And once you get known as the motherfucker that's just blowing smoke, people don't fuck with you no more. I mean, you can find multiple people to shit over, but it's only gonna be a one-time thing. Like, I can only shit you once, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully you smart enough to realize, oh, no, he's full of shit, I ain't fucking with him no more, but I move on to Chris. Then I shit Chris. Then I move on to this young lady and I shit her. I would rather be the person that actually says these things and delivers.
Yeah.
Because now I got a cult-like following. Oh, I believe that motherfucker.
Yeah.
That motherfucker told me it was gonna rain, and that shit started raining.
You only need to get lucky once.
What do you mean?
Jesus could have said he walked on water to everybody. Yo, that's my shit. I can walk on water. I can walk on water. He only needs to prove that once.
Why? How many times you got to walk on water for a motherfucker to believe you?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you walked on water once, whoa.
Like the Hezi. The Hezi only needed to happen once.
Nah, we got to see more. You got it.
No.
The Hezi looked like too much
Charlemagne.
of a fluke.
No, Charlemagne. Don't take away from my Hezi.
Hezi looked like too much of a fluke, bro.
The Hezi only needed to happen once, and now the Hezi is a believable thing.
There wasn't no confidence with the Hezi, though.
I put a whole hex on. There wasn't any confidence with the Hezi.
You didn't have the confidence.
You don't even understand confidence.
It was a desperation.
You don't even know what confidence
I love the fact.
Confidence is knowing that you'll give Jason Williams 6 points to make it interesting. Let Jason Williams bounce a ball off of your head to make it interesting, and then score on the motherfucking Hezi.
It was a desperation Hezi, bro.
Is what the Hezi is.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been thinking about this because I thought that was a great moment. It was like you were sweating.
Of
you
course,
looked nervous.
I gotta set the dream. I gotta set it up for people.
It wasn't like,
gotta make
shit,
these things interesting.
I'm about to own this motherfucker.
Letty's in the building.
Letty's in here dressed like it's fucking 20 degrees.
No,
in New
she's
York
dressed
City.
like D-Ray.
What's the degrees right now?
Letty came out in her Black Lives Matter outfit.
Shut up.
But you got D-Ray's vest on.
What's up, Marty?
Who's D-Ray?
You don't know who D-Ray McKayson is?
She's Mexican. She don't have to know
You really
who
don't
D-Ray
care
is.
about black people. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up.
D-Ray, he's
man.
like the head of the Black Lives Matter movement. Well, not the head, but he's one of the voices of it.
Yeah, but he's like the most visual figure, I guess.
And you got on a blue vest just like him right now.
Let me take it off.
Yeah. Don't take it off.
Is that a vest?
No, keep him covered up.
Oh,
They're still
shit.
covered
Letty
up.
McKesson.
This is Letty McKesson in the building.
What is that?
All Mexican lives matter.
You really don't know who D-Ray is?
No.
Damn, girl.
Damn, you only care
Turn
about
off
black people
the
when it comes to
Kendrick
hip hop.
Lamar for a minute.
I care about
yo.
you.
I'm hip hop.
You are?
I think
You're OVO.
I'm not OVO.
Oh shit.
Listen, we had a.
Oh shit.
How he deflects.
Wow. You're OVO now?
You know, that's a good question. You think it was Drake's year?
What do you mean? It's been Drake's year for 5 years.
I feel like he just had an okay year this year.
What are you talking about?
It's almost
For
like
Drake.
watching LeBron do a triple double every year. I guess you kind of take it for granted. You look for other
You
people to
get
give the
used to it?
MVP
Okay,
to.
I
No, it's
see
kind
it.
of like, okay, you did that already. Like, what
Yeah,
else?
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think like I think last year was his year.
Who had a bigger year than him this year?
Personally, I think Kanye
Trump.
and Chance the Rapper.
Kanye.
Chance the Rapper.
Kanye had a great year, bro.
Okay, here's
I heard somebody-
how do we judge a year? Is it how much growth or how much bigger they've gotten from the year before, or where they are on the standings?
Kanye was already a legend.
So did Kanye increase from the year before?
Yeah,
I think
it's
so.
progression.
Huge. Yeah. So if Kanye dropped to like a 6, and then this year he came up to a 10, he went up 4 points.
Yeah.
If Drake was at a 10 last year and stayed at a 10 this year, he didn't go up any points. And Chance was at a 2 the year before that, and now he's at a, let's say, an 8.
Chance was at a point
It's
where
all
Drake
progression.
said in a rap. What was that line Drake said? Something like something
About Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, he
if
was
I
like,
was someone trying to be signed, I'd sign Chance the Rapper or some shit. Like
yeah, but I don't know that nigga or
Yeah.
some shit like that. To him being in this conversation.
Can I ask you a question, Letty?
Yeah.
Do Mexicans believe in magic as much as black people?
I believe in magic.
This motherfucker.
I'm telling you.
What, you don't believe in magic? What the fuck? Wait, hold on. Is this...
I was watching his David Blaine video, and literally there was like every time he did a
Oh, it
trick
was
in front
like-
of black people, they went fuck. They started running. They just start running for no
But
reason.
you're a
They just run
skepticist. You
down the
don't
block.
believe none of that. You don't believe anything you don't understand.
I don't believe in magic because I understand the laws of physics.
Maybe it's somebody that really knows magic.
You know what?
though.
You're right. Actually, you're right because people do have just fish in their stomach, and they could just throw it up on
By the
command.
way,
You just
by
gotta
the way,
let
that's a
yourself
good
by
ass
the
be
way,
entertained.
That's a good
By
ass
the
point.
way,
You're
by
right.
the way, growing up in South Carolina,
Here we go.
I knew a guy who got
Here we
roots
go.
put on him. He coughed up a frog. Explain that.
Here we
He
go.
coughed up a
A
frog.
live frog or a dead frog? That,
It was
there's
a real live
difference.
frog. He was choking, and then we fucking coughed it up. That shit ran away, and he did that shit in front of a lot of people. Now explain that shit. And somebody put roots on him. That shit's real,
What,
bro.
Someone put roots on all of you. That was a
I did-
setup
I did-
between everybody else in that
I
community.
had roots
to
on
make
me
you
before.
guys-
I talked about that. Did I
Really?
talk about that in the book, Chris? Yeah. I did, yeah. Marty, come put your
No,
lips
I
on
don't
the mic.
believe
Marty.
in magic
Put
or
your lips on the
witchcraft.
mic if you're going to
Yeah,
talk.
if you got to talk,
Here,
you got to
baby.
speak to the
This mic
microphone.
don't work? Dwayne? Oh, here.
Wait, see, the thing is, you gotta let yourself be entertained, Andrew. We have shit that goes on in our lives that this entertainment of magic takes us away from.
Why do you assume
You
that?
just love your life so much.
Why? Because
you're
I'm white.
Yeah.
Is that how it is?
Yeah,
This-
yeah. You don't need
you didn't-
escaping. You do not need escaping.
You
We
didn't,
do.
you didn't learn anything from this election?
That what?
That white people don't love
Well,
their lives?
is-
You didn't learn anything
wait, is Donald-
from the last week?
No, I think they
Pay
really
attention,
love their
Democrats. Pay attention.
I
This
think
is
they
why
really
we
love
lose
their
elections,
lives.
is because we are blind to the fact that there is suffering outside of ourselves. Have
Wait,
compassion
what's
for
white
other people.
struggle? What's a white person struggle?
So are you operating on the premise that there's no such thing as a white person that can
I
struggle?
want to know what it is. I'm asking a white person.
Poverty,
Yeah, life. Probably
Life.
You broke your shit.
being broke, having a factory move out of your town.
So it's class.
By the
so
way,
you're going
that's
off classes.
by the way, for all these people that want factories to come back, that's not happening.
It's never
I
happening.
don't know why. That has nothing to do with the economy. That has nothing to do with Republican, Democrat. It has to do with the fucking with energy. Like the coal shit is done. Like
Or furthermore, it used to take, and I think we've spoken about this on the show before, it used to take 3,000 people to make a car. Now, because of technology,
Yes,
it takes
man.
500 people to make
Now-
a car. So if they do come back, you're going to lose 2,500 jobs. That's not
when you-
even a
But listen,
question.
when you talk about those people in those rural areas
Yeah.
and them not being as educated as they should be,
Mm-hmm.
it's some of them that want those factories to come back because they don't even realize that the world has moved on.
Exactly. They're completely lost. But it's an important distinction to make, and this is something that liberals often fuck up. Is
Are
they,
you not a liberal?
I am a liberal, lifelong liberal, and I'm talking about something that we fuck up.
on.
Is that we don't have compassion for anybody's issue unless they have color to their skin. So if you have color for your skin or you're a woman, oh my God, you have issues and something is wrong
Compassion.
with you, and I feel for you and I think there might be something wrong. But if you're a poor white person, go fuck yourself. And this election taught us that, hey, there's poor white people, and somebody actually listened to them. And somebody said, "Hey, I'm concerned about you guys."
Somebody
as well.
sold them an outdated dream. Because
They
when Donald
sold them a dream,
I didn't
just
even-
like we,
Wait,
just like
you guys
Democrats have
think
been
that-
selling.
you
Donald
guys
Trump
think that
said
Trump
he's going to
might
bring
have-
factories back. Why?
He said jobs back.
Jobs back.
He said factories in some places. We're going to bring
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, we're going to bring factories back to some of these cities. Like, what kind of factories?
Sure.
Like how?
It's just like when Democrats say we're going to help out a black community and then they never do anything. It's the same thing. You're going to say you're going to sell a dream like you've been selling for years. Only he sold it to a different demographic of people that have been largely overlooked. And if Democrats don't acknowledge this, they will never win an election again.
Well, the Democrats have to go back to being the party of the working class.
And they literally turned into this elitist nonsense. Like, this is the thing that's most hilarious to me, and I'm glad that we have a Mexican here
I'm half Mexican. But
whatever. So,
Latina,
close
same
enough.
shit.
Well, no, that's the point I want to make. That's the point I want to make. So white people, so 30% of Hispanics voted for Trump this
29.
election.
No need to give them extra percent.
Right? So, and white people, these elitist white liberals, right, started going, how could Latinos vote for Trump after what he said about Mexicans? Maybe Latinos don't all see themselves as Mexicans like you elitist liberals
Letty has
do.
a great theory about that.
What is your theory?
What's my theory?
About why Mexicans supported Trump. About the whole immigration shit.
Oh, well, just on my personal aspect of it. And I fucking don't know what you're talking about, Charlamagne. But I think
you told me this shit. Maybe you sold me a dream.
I think my whole just like observation from what the whole Trump phenomenon is towards Mexicans is he had an issue with Mexico. What Mexicans do is we have two ties. We have like two hearts. And I think anybody that's out here, but I think anybody that's out here whose origins or heritage is from another country has like two loyalties, like the loyalty to the country where their parents are from or their grandparents are from and America.
Sure.
But the thing is, he wasn't saying like, fuck Mexicans or the devil. He was saying Mexico is an enemy of ours. When he talks about that, he talks about Mexico as an entity, which is the government. He's not talking about a person of Mexican descent.
When did he say Mexico's an enemy?
That's the speech. When Mexico sends its people. And before he had said that, I watched the whole thing. He said Mexico is our enemy. Mexico is smarter than us. Mexico has a one-up over us.
Well, he said
he's
we're
talking
not getting
as entities.
He said we're not getting their best people. This is very important.
Right. No,
this is very important that people understand context, because what we love to do is fit things into the narratives. So he said we're not getting their best people. We're getting rapists. We're getting murderers, etc.
Verbatim, he said when Mexico sends its people, it sends these types of people.
No, he didn't say. He said what I said verbatim. You're miscalculating what he's saying. So what I'm trying to explain to you is the context of that sentence is Mexico has better people than rapists and murderers. We're not getting those good Mexicans. Still a fucked up thing.
Said that, though.
Still a fucked up thing to say. I
think he's insensitive. I think he lacks sensitivity to what he says. But in that specific moment in time, that speech itself, correct? It's easy to misconstrue it and say, he's talking about people that come from Mexico. I look at it like, are you kidding? My dad came and he's not a bad person. My grandmother did. And so many of us have that same viewpoint where we're like, why? We're like, why?
You're Mexican too, right?
We're like, why on earth would he say things like that? But then I really dug into it and I gave this dude a chance at that point because I would rather understand the other side than just automatically hate you, which is easy to do. You're Donald Trump.
Smart.
But when you talk about send his people, I looked into what that meant specifically. And he's talking about the prison systems, wherein clearly we already know about the American prison systems and how they just clearly bank off of this private prison system. And they like having new inmates from wherever they're
that's
from.
Not true.
Because that puts money in their pocket. Yes, it is.
No, it's not
there's
true.
A pact.
It's gotta be true.
No, it's not true. Private prisons represent 9%.
Yeah, I don't know about private prisons.
They represent 9% of population.
But if you build a building, you want to fill it, Show. That's common sense. Come on.
And there's a pact with the Mexican government that if they feel like, you know what, we can't handle these prisoners, America, will you take them? America says yes, because in their they operate off money, right?
No.
And those are what the government sends. The government will send you these types of people.
Public prisons we fund. That comes out of our tax dollars. I don't think you want that. I think the people who...
There's an act. Let me show you the pact and what it says.
The people who...
Because I didn't want to say these things. I didn't want to say these things.
Prisons in America are corrections officers, because that's job security for them. If we shut down prisons, then we lose correction officers' jobs. Those unions fight for more people in prison. But the idea that they would build a building just to fill it up is preposterous, because we pay for it.
Why? That's common sense.
Not.
We pay for it. No, you're talking about
free labor.
Prisons,
you get free labor out of motherfuckers.
It's very important when you talk about these things that you do the due diligence and research.
Well, this is the due diligence. They're using these prisoners build shit. These prisoners create things. It's not like they're just sitting in there fucking going to sleep. They're fucking actually helping these other big companies.
What
make money.
should they get to
literally
do?
didn't say-
Yoga the whole time?
he didn't
You kill
say-
somebody, you
all
get
I'm
to
saying is
fucking
common sense should tell you they're not
clip
going to build
trees?
a building and not want to fill it.
Sure, I think they
That's
should
why
work
that's
the
why people
entire
get so
time
upset
they're
when they
in
build
there.
more schools than prisons.
More
I mean, they build more
prisons
prisons
than
than schools. That's why people get upset about that in America.
You're saying there's more prisons than there are schools in America?
They
I don't
build more
believe that.
prisons than schools in
You're
America.
saying they're building a higher rate
Of prisons
in
than
schools.
schools. Absolutely.
Yeah. Look, I
Let
think that
Marty
we
talk.
could
I want to
do.
hear what Marty has to say. I want to hear from another Mexican. Because we don't have Mexican representation. We just talk and think we know what Mexicans are thinking.
So this is to Letty's point, because I understand what you were saying as far as the rhetoric that he was using and people's misinterpretation of it. But a huge problem that I think with the way that Trump addresses immigration is that we don't know what you mean. We only know what you said. So when we take what he says literally and he speaks in a very derogatory or discriminatory way, it's extremely insensitive and he's not empathetic. And it shows in the way that he delivers it. It shows that he comes from a place of white privilege. And so
What does white privilege have to do with it?
it's
I think it's rich privilege. I guarantee he would keep both of y'all because y'all are hot.
it's
to be honest
rich
with you. He would not send
and
y'all
it's
back.
white.
But what does white
it's a
privilege have
double.
to do with it?
Because if you aren't exposed or culturally diverse, you don't understand that. I don't even think he is even aware that what he is saying is so derogatory and negative and offensive. I think that he has never had to be told, hey, you need to shut the hell up, or hey, you need to deliver your message like this. He doesn't take notes. He doesn't listen to his advisors. So if somebody does try to address, hey, maybe you want to, change your campaign, or maybe you want to say something like this, he's going to say whatever the hell
He's making
comes to
broad,
mind.
general statements.
Yeah, so
That's
I don't
it.
think that he does his due diligence
why is that
and his
white
research
privilege?
in the way that he addresses things. Because I think that when there's a class system, that you aren't reprimanded or forced to have to immerse yourself and
In other
actually
cultures.
learn about
Yeah.
other cultures.
Does anybody have to do that?
I think that if you're an intelligent person, you are interested in learning.
Like, what do you know? What do you know about Scottish
He
culture?
said, speak a little
I'm part
yachty.
Scottish.
So what do you know?
So my real last name is Ferguson.
Ferguson.
So
what do you know about a culture that's
Your
not
last
yours?
name is Ferguson?
So I'm black and Mexican. So it's Ferguson.
You know how many Fergusons I know in Moncks
Soto,
Corner,
because I
South
took
Carolina?
both parents' last names.
Wow.
Yeah.
My point is, you probably don't know about a lot of different cultures, and nobody holds you accountable for that.
And
But
you
why
know
is
what?
he held
I'm
more
also
accountable?
not running for president of the most diverse country in the world.
That is a fact.
So when you decide that you're going to put yourself on this platform, you need to do the proper research and take the proper education and the proper methods to make sure that you can reach the mass audience, as opposed to. But I'm not saying that he was very strategic in the way that he ran
Just to
his
clarify,
campaign.
He wasn't
so
strategic.
just to clarify, you're saying that
He went
he
after
actually,
a specific demographic.
but just to clarify, you're saying that he's actually not privileged. He's actually has less privilege because he's running for president. He has to actually know more. So that wouldn't be white privilege. It would be a lack of
I think
privilege.
that some of it comes from him being white.
Right. But what I'm
But
saying,
also
your
some of it
argument
comes from
is you hold
his
him to a
class
higher
system.
standard than you hold yourself, and you would hold me and everybody else because he's running for president. So that to me would be that he has less privilege. Privilege would imply that he is held to a lower standard because of his whiteness, but you're holding him to a higher standard.
He's been held to a lower standard, even in the
When you
election.
run for
he
president,
went
you have to
against
be
somebody who
informed.
was more
I'm with you.
qualified
Like,
than him.
I'm with
Simple
you.
as
I'm just
that.
saying that white privilege is
he
you're
went
throwing
against
out
somebody
there
who was
without
more
really.
qualified than him.
Yeah.
Somebody who had way more years of experience.
Yeah, but it was a horrible politician, maybe the worst in history.
Because she's a woman.
She was
He
not the
thinks that 'cause
worst
she's a woman.
politician in history.
He's sexist.
And
No, it's nothing to do with
so-
sex.
and-
It's-
and
she's
it
just a
was
horrible
There was
politician.
a lot
So
of things
let's go.
that hurt Hillary, but the fact that he
She's a
felt,
horrible politician.
The fact that he felt like
She's
he was
not a
better
horrible
at running
politician.
our
only
country
won
than
one.
her.
She's only won one campaign, right, against Rick Lazio in New York. Do you guys know who Rick Lazio is? You got to speak in the mic, sweetheart.
Does that equal horrible?
Well, in order to be good at politics, you have to win. I don't think people who lose at politics are really good. I mean,
Hillary
There's
is one of
NBA
the-
teams all the time that lose, but that doesn't mean they're not NBA teams.
it means that
They're
they're
great.
bad NBA teams, doesn't it?
They get a loss.
Like, for example, the Pelicans, if they haven't won all year, they're maybe the worst team. So if Hillary hasn't
So
won
you
it
gotta
all,
stop
she's
with
the
these extremes.
worst.
Stop with your Trumpisms. These
I
are
really-
Trumpisms.
I really
Like you
think
jump out
she's
the
horrible.
window with extremes.
I think she's horrible.
Now she's the worst
what other
politician of all time.
I think she's the worst
what other
politician of all
women?
time.
Makes no- he does it
What
with
other
everything.
women have ran
Golden
for
State
president?
Warriors last year.
So who are you
Soft.
Steph
comparing
Curry.
to?
Me and him was on Steph
Okay.
Curry's dick.
Soft.
Wait.
Soon as Steph lost. Soft.
No, I've been
Statistically, let's
Shoot
talk,
too much
let's talk
threes.
numbers.
I've been
Let's talk
consistent
numbers
all the
then.
time.
Let's talk numbers.
Yes, let's talk numbers.
How many women have won presidency? Because if you're gonna
In
if you're-
America or in other countries?
in America, because if you're gonna say she's the worst politician of all time, there's never
like
been
this
another
point.
woman
So you
who's
think-
been nominated or elected
I like
that
this point.
has run as for us Democrats that has represented us. So you have nobody to compare her to.
I like this
to
point.
say that she is the worst of all time. You know why? Because women don't get the same opportunity.
So you think
there
she
is
lost 'cause she's a
several
woman?
bias going on.
You think she lost because she's
When
a
I
woman?
think that
when
majority
90%
of women
Republican
vote-
women voted for Trump and 53% of women all together voted for Trump. You
right.
think she
Did
lost
you
because
hear
she's
a lot
woman.
of the rhetoric that the women were using? I don't think that a woman should be president because she's going to be too emotional and send us to war.
So get your shit together, ladies.
How about it's been a
shit,
man
y'all gonna
every
take that?
single year?
Lady,
that
it's
every
two of
time
y'all,
we go
don't
to war,
take
it's been a
that.
man
You
that
need
has
us
sent
to do everything for
Women-
you? You need us
Oh,
to tell you
shit,
how to
Marty.
think?
Women-
Like
Marty.
you're supposed to think for yourself,
A lot
and then
of
we're
us
supposed to tell
women-
you to stop letting us
Marty,
tell you how to think?
a lot
Fight,
of
Marty.
us women are biased against each other, and we.
So whose fault is that?
But because men lead us,
Oh, my
we
God.
take on
So
a
it's
lot
all- Go
because
on.
we allow you guys to infiltrate our thoughts. We do. Look at relationships.
So stand
we do
up.
this on a
Be a man.
on a daily basis.
Be a man about it.
Piece
Get
of
A
some
lot
balls.
of women
You are
were
a piece of
voting
shit.
Shove
based
in
off
a
of
pussy
Why you
and then
such a
make a
piece of
decision
shit?
for yourself.
Why you
and
such a
based
piece
off of their
shit, yo?
upbringing.
I want her to be good.
Jesus
if a
Christ.
man was sitting here saying, you make me feel this way, you make me do these things, I'd be like, man up, pussy. But when a girl does it, I have to be like, oh, you're right, I'm so sorry.
look at
my
what we-
privilege,
we-
my male privilege makes
we
you
voted
I do
a very
say-
emotional person
subservient to
into
me.
office.
Let me help you think
She's got
better.
a great point though, because I always say when you see a bunch of no good women around, it's a bunch of no good men that made them that way.
Stop it.
Women reflect off men, bro.
Stop
We
it.
absolutely
that
Hillary-
is sexist.
the reason-
that is sexist.
Why?
To
It's
act
the
like
truth.
women
No, it
are
is-
mirrors of men, that is bullshit.
We I didn't
say
my,
mirrors.
my father worked for my mother. My mother came here into this country and she started a business.
I'm gonna be honest
Her
with you,
business
Schultz.
was absolutely
Schultz, I'm gonna be
successful.
honest with you.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
pop's pussy.
My pop's pussy.
So, I'm gonna
My
be
pop's
honest with
pussy.
you. Schultz,
Exactly.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yo, real
I'm gonna be
talk.
honest-
Real talk. My mom is a boss. My dad was like, I don't know if we should buy that. I don't know if we should buy that house. And my mom said, shut the fuck up. Buy the fucking house. I'm not joking with you.
It was
My
her
mom
money,
is a
so
beast.
she could talk like that.
But you also
my
have to
dad put some money up too.
understand
But look,
male and female dynamics and male and female energy, and that is actually
do
a
you want
very
equality
rare.
or do you want excuses for
that
your
is a
shittiness?
very rare dynamic in the relationship. To have a woman who is in control and running everything.
okay.
And majority of the women who voted for Trump were not the head of their households.
How do you
They
know
were
that?
not
That is a fact.
educated.
Yeah, we talked about that
independent,
last week.
Strong.
Actually,
well,
we're educated.
No,
educated
majority
women,
of them
53%.
were uneducated.
Educated women, 53% voted for Trump.
Majority of them were uneducated.
No, I
that
just
is
gave
not
you the
true.
statistics.
Come on, we
That's
talked
not
about
a
this
true
last week.
statistic.
If you're a fat girl in the Midwest and you ain't got no motherfucking teeth
Mm-hmm.
and you're subservient to your motherfucking man, you're not voting for this strong ass woman, Hillary Clinton.
Well, no, you're voting for the guy who says that, or the candidate that says he's going to get your husband back to work. That just happened to be Trump, not Hillary.
They voted.
I mean, this is.
But don't you think you would just
stop with
write
the
nothing up?
gender politics?
No,
Like,
it is some slight
an
gender
excuse?
politics.
No, there is.
Because there are some women who will not vote for Hillary simply because she's a strong woman. Women are catty like that. Let's be clear.
A
no
lot of
disrespect
women
to y'all.
like that.
Y'all
Do
are
you
catty
see
like
A
that.
lot of
the
women did not want to
sexism
see
in
another
your
woman
voice?
in office.
So don't you ever talk to me
Do
about
you see the
sexism in my voice.
sexism in your
Nobody
voice?
who's
Do
is
you
more
see this
sexism
shit? Like,
We're not
than
saying,
Andrew
we're not
Schultz.
saying that it's
Women
right.
are catty.
They
We're
are.
saying that it's
I'm
true.
not saying they're
Marty,
catty.
can you admit women are catty?
Women are catty.
Yes.
So stop being catty. Why is that my fault? Like I'm sitting here talking to you, trying to hold you up to the highest standard. I'm trying to hold you up to the same standard I would hold a
That's
man.
great.
And you're sitting
That's
here
awesome.
and you're looking at me going, well, you know, we are doing things because men tell
That
us.
sounds
We
awesome
are
in theory,
doing this.
but what I'm giving you is the
It's
truth.
action. I'm giving you action.
What I'm giving you is the truth.
Yeah.
And women are not yet considered in society equal to men. We do not get equal pay.
By whom?
We do not get equal. No, this is statistically true.
You actually make more. Women 18 to 34 make
we do
more
not.
than men in the same job.
No, actually.
Yes,
The
look it
relationships
up.
that make
Women
male-
18 to 34 in the
This is not
same
true.
jobs as men make more.
more
women
money.
go to college. More women go to graduate school.
More men.
Is that because
No,
graduate schools are
actually, women
sexist?
do graduate at
Is
a
that
higher
because
rate.
colleges
That
are
is
sexist?
True. That is true. Women graduate at a higher rate.
Maybe we should stop
But there's
colleges
also
from being so
more males in
sexist.
prison.
I think that's a big problem. More males are in prison. What 95% of people in prison are male. Is that because prisons are sexist? Maybe we should stop prisons from being so sexist. You know what? You're right. Everything is gender politics.
No,
I think we
that's
should
not
sit
about
down.
sexism.
You know what? We got to talk to
It's
these
about-
prison authorities.
That's-
They are so
You're
sexist.
You're pulling a lot of
Oh,
red
the
herrings out of your
sexism.
ass right now. You're pulling a lot of red herrings out of your ass. But I
It's not
understand.
red- these are called facts.
You're doing that
This
just
fact.
so
Definitely
this
red
is
herrings.
what a man does so that the
Aw,
woman just
am I
feels like she has
mansplaining?
to chill.
Because he's
You
hoping-
are very
he's
much
hoping
so
that I'm gonna say,
mansplaining.
"Oh, you're right,
looking
puppy."
at her like she's lesser than you, so you know
She's the one
more.
sitting on her knees. I'm not. I'm
There's
not
no
doing
chair.
that right
I just
Get on
happen,
the stool,
I just
baby
happen to be
girl.
very
Get on
good
the
in this
stool, baby
position.
And it's a great argument. You know, the thing is, right now, how you're speaking is clearly you're operating from strategy. This is how you win arguments. This is how you win debates.
Yeah, by knowing facts.
But also,
by doing the research.
Not stating
and not just saying things like white privilege,
whatever
be quiet.
point she's trying to make, you deflect so that it makes a weird metaphor, so that it's like, no, you're discredited because look at this fact. That is not it, though, Andrew. Like, what she's saying is truly should be taken into account.
All you got to
The
do
fact
is
that
offer me
women
facts.
just patriarchally, how we are as a man and woman roles, because this is at the end of the day what it is.
Okay.
If we can be all ideal speaking, and yes, women and men are equal,
are not
but
equal yet.
just like you have weaknesses, I have weaknesses that may be your strengths, and that's just a woman-man role. Okay, so as these women that went out to vote for Trump, they went out to vote for Trump because they also are fit into that role where the man is the man of the house and they are the woman. They look at Hillary and they're like, yo, I don't familiarize with her. That doesn't mean they hate the lady. That means they don't understand
identify.
the lady, but they do understand the man, because that looks like the men around their lives all this time. So it's easy to kind of just vote for what's familiar. At the end of the day, not a lot of us are into politics like every day of the freaking year. We're into politics when it's election year, when these motherfuckers are campaigning, when it's time to vote. But that's not going to take away your that's going to go off of a popularity contest. So what are they telling me now?
Yeah.
Not what did they do in the past? What are they telling me now? What dream are they selling me now? You're going to go for the dude that's like, you know what? It's not your fault America's bad. It's their fault and their fault. That's why he won, because he pointed the blame at someone else.
Absolutely.
And it's easier to get the blame pointed at someone else than self, because that would mean, fuck, I got to do some shit.
Yeah.
And I would rather not. So let me vote for the guy that's not going to make it my bad.
Exactly.
He's not holding people accountable.
That's what I'm doing with you guys right now.
No,
I'm holding you accountable.
Because the truth is, no,
exactly
the
the
truth
point
is,
I'm making.
although Letty and I might be independent, strong women, majority of women aren't. And so the women who came out and voted for Trump.
What do you mean the majority of women aren't?
We don't get the same.
How do you know that?
Because we don't get the
Where
same.
do you get proof
Statistically,
for that?
we do not get the same
Give me
opportunity.
proof for that statement.
Men are promoted at a higher rate than women are.
For
Look
the
it up.
statement.
Look it up. Statistically, we are not promoted at the same rate.
Can I explain?
If a woman,
Can I explain one thing?
to get
Let me
promoted,
explain one thing.
majority
Let me explain one
women
thing.
get
Can I explain one
promoted by
thing?
women and not men. Do you know that? That's an actual fact. That
Show
the
me.
rate
Say that again,
of
Marty. Say
promotion,
that
the rate
again.
of promotion for women, women are more likely to promote a woman than a man does.
So you're saying women are bosses?
I'm saying that yes, we have
When
corporate
women get in
executive
positions of power, they hire other women.
but we are more likely
Okay.
to hire and promote a woman than a man does. That is a statistic fact. Look it up. Google it.
Good.
Whatever
So
you got to do.
Let me give you some facts really quickly, because women are doing so badly in America, apparently. Women 18 to 34 make more money than the men that work the exact same jobs as them. More women go to college, more women go to graduate school. When we're
college
talking about,
statistic is true.
And so is the graduate school statistic, and so is the 18 to 34 job statistic. In terms of making more money. So women are actually making more money. They're actually going to school more. They're actually more educated. They're actually doing better in the
18
workforce.
to 34 is not what came out and voted for Trump. It was 60 and over. Like,
Is that
majority
true,
of Trump's
statistician?
voters were 60 and over. So the
let's see what you were
statistic you're
saying.
giving us has nothing
What
to
you
do
were
with
saying.
it.
You're
It's a red
saying
herring once again.
women. You're saying women.
What is a red herring, by the way?
It's.
I had her explain that earlier too.
So we'll get.
Andrew does all the time.
Yes.
No, it's not a red herring. It's basically it's a nonsense way of dealing with like a statistical argument and trying to
But he's
undercut
trying
the
to like
value of
use
it.
it
Is that
to
a
like
bird?
add to his argument, but it's not true.
Okay, so
Complete
it
false.
is absolutely true. You can Google anything I'm saying. Just look it up. So what, Letty, what you were saying?
Is that true? He's over there. Is that true?
He's got
Look
really,
it up.
really, really big
Not the red
ideas.
herring. I said, is that true? He said the red herring?
So look,
I said, no,
so
the stat.
What Letty was saying earlier, which was very
Yeah, right here, let me
eloquent
bring
and
it up.
beautifully said, you were operating off of emotion. You were operating off of feeling. You're saying these women feel this way about Clinton. Now, you don't have any statistical evidence that they feel that way. That is an assumption. I'm not going to let you make an assumption about all these women. That's unfair. That's not what we do as people. We're trying to get away from the idea of I'm going to assume things about women. And you're assuming that all these women are taking a beta position and having prejudice towards women. So you're assuming sexism on women's behalf towards other women, right? I'm not going to do that for women. I'm not going to go say all these women are sexist. I'm going to say, you know what? Maybe these women are intelligent individuals that made a choice that they felt might have benefited them. I think that's less sexist to look at a woman and think that she's capable of making an educated decision, where you look at women and you go, nah, they're just too dumb and they just do
How
what
can
their
you make an
husband
educated
does.
decision
Hold
when
on,
they're
one
not
second,
educated for
Let's
one?
They
talk
are.
about-
Look up
Go
the
ahead, Marty.
statistics.
In addition to that,
53% of the women who
women-
voted for
the-
Trump were educated.
Oh, I have some
No.
stats right here,
and
Marty.
the women
Marty.
who, the
Marty,
women who
go.
voted for
I have some
Trump,
stats.
go ahead.
Go, Marty.
It's pay equity and discrimination. It says women are almost half of the workforce. They are the equal, if not main, breadwinner in 4 out of 10 families. They receive more college and graduate degrees than men. Yet, on average, women continue to earn considerably less than men.
Thank you.
In 2015, female full-time workers made only 80 cents for every dollar earned by men, a gender wage gap of 20%. Women, on average, earn less than men in virtually every single occupation for which there is sufficient earnings data for both men and women to calculate an earnings ratio. In middle-skill occupations, workers in jobs mainly done by women earn only 66% of workers in jobs mainly done by men.
Thank you.
That statistic, do you know how they come up with that
But let me tell you to that point. Let me ask you a question. Let me address
Mari,
that point.
do you know how they come up with this
pivot.
statistic?
His pivots are
Do
great.
you know, have you done the due diligence? I just want to know how serious you are about your arguments. Have you done the due diligence to find out how they come up with that statistic?
I'm sure they're taking polls. I'm sure they're actually.
So no, you haven't. I'll tell you how. So basically, this is what they do. They take all the money that is made male and all the money that is made female, and then they compare that and they say, oh, men have made this total money and women have made this total money. That doesn't take into account for so many factors.
Like what,
when
the
you're
strip
talking
club
about,
industry?
Fuck the
What,
strip
how much
club
money they
industry.
make sucking
Fuck the
dick?
service
What do you wanna
industry.
say,
I
you
mean, yeah,
sexist?
in terms of the sex industry, women are killing it. In terms of the service industry, women are killing it, absolutely. But the main issue with the wage gap of what we're talking about is not an issue of hiring ability. It is not an issue of actual ability. It is an issue of maternity leave. What happens is...
What?
Can I just explain something to you?
Marty, you got a baby, right?
Oh, what?
At
I don't have
34,
kids.
the reason why there's a drop off in wage is because at this age and a little bit before, women start wanting to have families. Now, we don't have a system in America. We don't have a system. Actually, it's actually not an assumption. Statistical fact.
Where are your stats? Where are your stats?
You think that women start having families? The majority of women start having families at what, 14?
I did.
She's Mexican,
But
of course she's
regardless, are you saying that because we want to have families, we're discriminated against?
Let me explain. America does not have a system, in my personal opinion, that protects a woman's not only right, but a woman's yearning for a family. And what happens is that yearning for a family ends up creating job discrimination. I think that's something that we have to change. I think what we have to do is offer equal paternity leave so a male and female that are both going up for a job are both equally liable.
So you're saying there's a wage gap because girls want to get pregnant?
So basically what happens is women want to start a family, and when you want to start a family, you end up taking off. For example, you have a child, right?
No.
Oh, you don't have a child. Okay. So you
Now you're assuming.
Stop trying to make me pregnant.
you said you have a
Letty
child.
got one. I thought she did.
Charlemagne said
Yeah,
you have a
after she
child.
said no. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, I'll ask you this question. Here's a perfect example when it comes to heart. You had a child, right? When you were going to have your child, you had to pick a doctor that was going to help you give birth, right? Now, what if that doctor was a male doctor, recently married, or female, let's go female, recently married, right? And then potentially could have had a kid. Are you going to pick that doctor to deliver your baby knowing that doctor might end up being pregnant and might not be able to come help you deliver your kid? Or are you going to go with a different doctor that you know is not going to have a kid and is going to be there for
the
your 9
gender
months?
gap?
No, I think I would see how they
Why you hire? He's referencing why you hire. Why women aren't hired as much because you have the potential to get pregnant and not be at the job and produce for your company.
Which is so wrong to women because we need to protect a woman's right to have kids.
But that's not what I just read.
Wrong.
What I just
but
read
let me bring
said
it
that
back to
they're
the main
equal
point
as far as
that
hiring.
we were having.
They just still don't make as much money.
Let me bring it back.
What I just read.
But let me bring it back to the point that we were talking about.
It's not true. This statistic isn't true. Do some research.
The women that voted for Trump, what they failed to understand is, yes, they may have been looking out for the best interest of their husband. You said that we were maybe acting like beta women. What they're forgetting is that the divorce rate in America is about 50%.
Absolutely.
So you are not guaranteed in any relationship. And so when you have to take into account that you could potentially be raising your family on your own, you're going to put somebody in office who not only wants to repeal Roe versus Wade, but he also doesn't believe that you deserve equal pay and equal employment as well. He ran his campaign on that.
No, he didn't.
And so
he ran his campaign no, he didn't. And he just watched the 60 Minutes interview he just did, where he said it's not going to get repealed.
You are right. No,
he
he was very vague about that.
Of course, he
actually said, "Well, they just have to go to other states to get him." He actually did say that.
And if it goes to the states, understand what that means is on a federal level, it is legal, but the states can decide what they want to do.
Imagine having to fly all the way from LA to Alabama to get a goddamn abortion.
Shit, go next door. Go to fucking Illinois.
No, and you know why
but
that is what he's doing is very intentional. And so he believes in taking away my right of choice, right? So we are going to put somebody in office who is not, he is not working in the best interest of women. But I think what women fail to forget is that you are not guaranteed in this relationship. So if you were voting based on your marriage, you were not voting on the interest of our gender. Because our gender, what we needed was somebody who had progressive attitude. And that is not what Trump had. When we put somebody in office that says women should be grabbed by their pussy, when he divorces,
he didn't say they should be grabbed by the pussy.
Because he said she worked too much.
When you're famous, they let you. Let you is consent. Let you, and this is what people on the left, like yourself, always do. You clip out the little words that don't go with your narrative.
How do you know?
When you're famous, they let you grab them by the pussy.
He said you could just walk up to him and grab him.
Then they let you grab them by the pussy.
How does he know that? How does he know that they let you grab them by the pussy?
Motherfucker be grabbing pussy.
No, you grab it first. You grab it first. And he's like, oh, that's Donald Trump's hand. See, that's like, but you're okay. Let's talk about the parental thing. Among 38 of the world's more developed nations, the United States has the least liberal government policies regarding paid parental leave, leading some to argue that this puts American women at a disadvantage as they navigate their careers. But it also turns out that some countries that offer more liberal parental leave policies still have higher pay gaps among men and women ages 30 to 34.
Sure, absolutely. And I think there's a certain amount of women that choose to have large families and they want to stay with those families and take care of them. And I think that that's their right. And I don't think that makes them less of a woman. I don't think that if you're a woman and you want to stay home and take care of your family, that makes you beta in any way. I think that we need to stop conflating the idea that a mother is something less than a businesswoman boss.
But I don't
think
that that's what we're doing.
If you want to focus your time on being a mother, then you're 100%, in my opinion, a proud and beautiful woman, and you deserve the same treatment as any man. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think all that's true, but the moral of the story is women do make way less than men.
No.
Not way less, but they make less.
It's actually that's not
the hourly
case.
pay gap in the U.S. is now 16%, meaning that women today earn 84 cents for every dollar a man earns in an hour.
That's if you compare every single man and every single woman and the amount of money that they make a year together, right? You have to look at, in my personal opinion, if you want to look at this seriously, you should actually look at, let's say, most women that don't have kids and most men that don't have kids, because we know that kids are the distinction and kids cause the gap in pay and the leave in work. So let's look at the demographic. It's not the kids' fault. It's the fact that this country isn't protecting a woman's right to have a family. It's a failure on us.
Country
so us knowing this as women, you don't think that you put that that ideology off on me? As a woman, if I'm your partner, me knowing that I'm discriminated against, and you knowing that you are usually the head of the household and the breadwinner, why, if I'm knowing that you're the patriarchal figure in our relationship, am I not going to take on your thoughts or your beliefs? I chose you as a partner.
Wouldn't get that from me.
Why would I not?
One, why would you choose me as a partner if you disagree with it?
I'm saying the way that women voted.
Well, why would you choose a partner like that if you disagree with the ideology?
A lot of women believe in the male ideology that of their partner who they chose, and I think that they voted accordingly. I don't think that they voted on the interest of women, and that's why I'm saying that the gender was such an issue. Is that as women we were voting based on our relationship and not based on being progressive and moving forward.
Schultz couldn't
for
stand
each
the
other.
idea of a woman who he was dating that didn't agree with every thought that came out of his head.
Actually, that's not a lie. I
don't believe
that. I love discourse. I love disagreement. I love conversations. This is like the thing that's most valuable to me in the entire world.
It has to be productive, though. Like, you can't just be arguing for the sake of arguing.
I like argument if
maybe you're a masochist, bro.
In terms of what?
Maybe you just like to argue and get angry.
Because a masochist is not the same thing.
What you mean?
Maybe you like to argue and be angry just so you can have good sex.
No. But a masochist is different. Like a masochist, you like pain.
Maybe you like the pain. Maybe you like mental pain.
Masochist wants to like choke you in order to orgasm. Like your last breath.
It has to just be a physical
So an emotional masochist. Yeah, I like to be in abusive relationships with women.
Maybe.
That actually could be the case.
Hold on. Let me pay these bills and come back and talk about what Schultz texted me this week.
Hey, man, I had a big week. We got to talk about women for now. This is a very interesting weekend.
This week's episode of The Brilliant is brought to you by Viceland. Late night TV just got darker because our guys, my guys, our guys, everybody's guys, Jesus Nice and the Kid Mero have landed their own late night TV show on Viceland. I've been a guest on my guys' show. Salute to Jesus and Mero. They was on Trevor Noah last night, The Daily Show. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Sick.
They was on there. Jesus and Mero, late night, it's 11 p.m. You might know these guys from the Bodega Boys podcast. You might have seen them on my show, Uncommon Sense. Podcasters can become TV stars nowadays. You probably know them from Twitter. That's how they first got on Twitter people get TV shows too. All right. And this is not your typical late night show. No white guys named Jimmy. No A-list celebrities selling their new movie. No scripted jokes. No band. Just two guys from the Bronx giving you their takes on culture, politics, sports, entertainment, and other subjects they don't really know anything about. But who gives a fuck about facts, right, Jesus?
That's absolutely true. But make sure you guys watch the show because Mero has mad kids. Divas love sneakers and they're funny. And other late night corny shows are, well, I'm not going to say that they're corny, obviously, because I might want to appear on these late night shows. Thanks very much for that copy, Chris. Yeah, maybe once they do the same views that Jimmy Fallon's show does, then I'll talk shit about the show. But absolutely, yo, check it out. The show's hilarious. Watch Jesus and Mero on TV on Viceland every Monday through Thursday. That's every Monday through Thursday night at 11 p.m. Go to Viceland.com, find your channel, and check out some free episodes. The brand is strong.
As Jesus Snipes and Kid Mero say, the brand is strong.
All right.
Now, Andrew texted me this week. And I always look forward to texts from Andrew because he's really ridiculous, right? And this one, it's never no context to anything. It's just straight to the point. So he texts me and it says, bro, this girl just raped me. Right? So I text Andrew back and I go, well, you should call the police and turn her in. Set a precedent. Set a precedent. Andrew texts me back, okay, maybe after brunch.
Now, we did go to brunch after she raped me. I will say that. But she absolutely raped me.
Talk about it.
How did she rape you?
I said no, mad times.
Did you go to the police and do a rape kit?
No, we went to brunch. I had an egg sandwich. That's I walked off my rape.
Did she pin you down?
You walked that rape off, pussy. How dare you? You fucking pussy. What you mean you got raped, pussy? Walk that shit the fuck off.
You're a guy?
Was it a man?
Was
it a man? No, it wasn't a man. All right, then. Walk that shit the fuck off.
Did she pin you down?
No, she was on top of me. And
how did she get on top of you?
What do you mean, how did she...
How did somebody get on top of you?
Matter? Well,
now, so if I didn't fight. Now, if we was to ask that to a woman,
no, this is real talk.
If we was to ask that to a woman,
because I didn't fight is not rape. A woman needs to fight for it to be rape.
I'm asking if you allowed her to climb on top of you, or if she jumped on you and knocked you out.
Either way,
give
doesn't
me the
matter.
details.
If I say no, it means no means no. Okay,
so you
it doesn't
no.
matter how
you have not stated yet that you said no.
Marty, have you ever raped a man, Marty?
Yeah.
She seduced one. But not.
I probably have pulled down a lot of pants. And
did you ask them for consent?
No.
That's rape culture, yo. That's
I did
rape
not
culture
ask them
right
for
there.
consent.
We got a Kobe Bryant in the house.
Letty, have you ever raped a man?
I think you do that in seduction. I think there's a form of seduction, but a lot of these rape cases happen when
seduction was the name of one of Bill Cosby's cocktails, but continue.
Oh my god!
Okay.
I don't.
See, I don't know when y'all are being serious, and I don't think you're being serious right now.
Let me finish the story.
I don't think you were raped. I think you were just being extra.
I was raped technically. Okay, here's the thing. No. Technically speaking, on a technicality, I was raped.
It was rape culture.
It was definitely. I got rape culture.
Because you said no.
Let me explain.
Yes!
Is that not enough?
I'm asking.
These girls are crazy, son.
Him.
Yo, these girls are crazy, son.
I'm asking
This is fucking crazy,
I'm
son.
asking him.
Imagine we said that. Hold on. You think it's rape because you said no?
I'm asking. I want it clear. I want it clear. Because you guys always say, girls say no, and it's not meaning no.
Let me finish.
Did you say no? I haven't ever had anybody tell me no.
Let me finish the story.
I've never said that.
Let me finish the story. You tell me if it's rape.
I've heard you guys say that. Girls are like, no, stop. And that really doesn't mean no, stop.
Well, I mean, I have a theory.
You guys have said that.
I've said something like that.
Yes, thank you.
My point is, I think consent is more of an emotional state than a word, be yes or no. But we'll get into that. But we'll get into that. It's more behavioral. And it's understand. Like I could say.
So how did you say no?
So basically, this would happen. She gets on top of me. She goes.
You allowed her on top of you.
Yeah, but we were just making out, right?
Okay.
We're just making out. Don't be jealous, Letty. So we're just making out. We're just kind of whatever. Then she starts going down on me. Starts giving me a blowjob, consensual, right? And excellent blowjob, phenomenal. And
great person,
best,
phenomenal. You sound like Trump.
Awesome, amazing.
So technically, we already had consensual sex at this moment because consensual linguistics is still.
We had consensual sex the day before. This is the morning after.
Okay,
right. So the morning after, she's getting the blowjob. Then she gets on top of me and she starts going, "Hey, let's have sex or whatever. Let's do it."
And then she's asking.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, it's I don't have a condom, whatever like that. Let's not do it.
She raped you with no condom.
So hold on. I'm on a condom. She's like, come on. It's okay. And I'm like, no, I don't have a condom. I don't want to do it. Let's not do it.
Whoa.
She goes, come on, just put it in a little bit. She starts saying the guy shit. She goes, just put the tip in. Just put the tip in. I go, no, I don't want to do it. That's not good. Then she kind of starts rubbing a little bit. We start making out a little bit more. Then she grabs it and then just puts it in.
She raped you. That's rape.
Is that rape or is that not rape?
I didn't hear one yes.
That's rape. Thank you.
No. Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Did you do any thrusting after it was put in?
Yo.
No.
Letty, you are crazy.
Did your pelvis.
This is what I'm trying to say about the hypocrisy of the hypocrisy, man. When you listen.
All right, motherfucker, you guys have double standards against women all the time. Let me fucking double standard your ass.
Double standard my ass. You know there's women who orgasm during rapes? That doesn't mean they didn't get raped.
I'm asking you if did you partake in the sex? Did you partake in the sex?
What you mean did I partake in the sex?
Did you thrust?
No, she was on top of me. She rode it a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
And then you
I
came?
flipped it over. You know what I mean?
Fuck you!
All right, listen.
I'm just saying.
With that said, what Letty just said.
Until I flipped it over, it was rape.
What Letty just said is the equivalent of.
Come on, though. Come on.
If I'm raping a girl, right? If I'm raping a girl and she's wet, I'm like, oh, you're wet, so it's not rape.
No, that's not the equivalent.
Yes,
So,
it is.
okay, look at.
I told her
Yes, it
she
is.
raped
This
me.
is why he's right though, because technically he said no. So by any standards, if you say no,
Thank you, Marty.
it is
No
not
means no,
consensual.
Thank you.
How many
Marty.
guys have you raped,
It is
Letty?
technically rape, but
How many
it
guys
stopped
have you
being
raped,
rape
Letty?
at the point when he
Rape guy.
took control.
I didn't
and started
take
beast
control.
moding her.
I didn't beast mode. I didn't do anything. And I stopped it. I said, listen, this is
You
not safe.
flipped
We
her
gotta
over and
stop.
started doing her doggy style.
Whatever.
You know
Okay.
what? I would hold compassion to you if I really if you weren't you, to be honest with you, because I know you're joking. I know you're joking.
I'm a whore, Andrew.
Wait a minute,
Andrew,
hold on.
you asked for it.
Because I'm a
You
hoe?
asked for
That
it.
means I
I
can't
see
get raped?
that little
Is
tight
that
shirt
what
you got
trying
on,
to say?
showing off your little shoulders and shit.
You forgot
Them
one.
little short shorts you be wearing.
You.
He forgot one very
And you
important
text
thing
Charlamagne,
though.
I got raped. Like,
So now, who
and
I'm
then-
supposed to text?
She went
The
down on
police.
you.
Who I'm supposed
The
to text?
police.
She went down on you. Did you return the favor?
Oh, so now are you allowed to rape somebody if they don't
I'm
put
just
down
asking,
on
did you-
Yo,
did
girls
you
are
give
the
her
worst,
oral?
man.
Did you give her oral? Were you gobbling and
I'm not
swabbling?
gonna go down on a rapist. You're crazy.
You had sex with her
You
the
are
night before.
absolute- You are crazy
believe all
right
of this
now.
rape.
You have never given her
Down
oral.
on a
I
rapist.
can't believe
You've
all this
never
rape
given her
culture
oral,
y'all
tell the
bought from
truth.
the
No,
West
of course
Coast.
I had given her oral, but not in that time when she was raping me. No.
I'm just making sure that you have pleased her.
This is
Of
that West Coast
course.
rape culture, man.
the
Tupac,
rape
Kobe Bryant, like this all shit. is,
LA gets
man.
in your blood. That shit gets in your blood. Yo, where was Cosby having those parties?
Hey,
LA.
by the way, I always thought Trump was stereotyping. I was like, Mexicans rapists. but I'm just saying, all I'm saying, you two right now are proving a lot of Trump's bullshit true.
This is
Close the borders. Build the wall. They raping everybody out here.
mine has always been consensual. Mine has always been
Was the
consensual.
girl that raped you Mexican?
No.
Okay, so then that kills you, whatever you were.
He was
No,
talking about
you
us.
two.
Because there's one
You
rape
talking
with
with
about
this
us,
rape culture shit.
You guys are rape apologists or whatever
Y'all are,
it is.
y'all rape
No,
apologists,
because I
y'all.
make
Yeah,
sure
you
that
really
before
are, man.
anybody penetrates,
up.
they have to go down on this boom boom. Like
They gotta eat you out before
Yes,
they go down?
absolutely. What?
What if their dick is big?
I actually had to see it before you pull your pants down.
I thought Mexican girls didn't
How
like
you
oral.
see a dick before the
Like
pants are
I gotta
down?
feel it. I gotta know that you're packing. Because if I even think that it's little, I'm not even gonna lead you
Let
on.
me ask you a question.
There you
Do
go.
you ask to grab their dicks?
Actually, I asked for you to whip it out. Like I'll feel if I'm kind of
Damn,
questionable.
Marty.
I need to see it.
But when you feel it, do you ask before or do you just go grab that dick like a Trump?
I asked what they're working with. I will definitely. I don't trump them. I ask what they're working with because then I want to see too. Do you tell the truth or what's your opinion of yourself? I want to see how confident you are and I want to see
Okay.
if you're honest.
Gotcha.
And if we're on the same page.
How big do you like the elote?
6 to 7 inches.
6 to 7
But
inches.
I'm more about girth and length. Like I need both. I can't
like
just
fat
have.
blunts. You
need-
I can't just have it. I can't just have it
You're a
super
cigar
skinny
smoker.
and long. I need it like thick and long.
She don't want the blood. She wants a bong.
Bong. Listen,
But
what do
that's
you
why I
do?
need
What do
to
you do
see
when
it
they got
because
a
I'm
little
very
dick?
specific about the kind of
Dick.
dick that I want. So I need to see it. So before I even like allow you to come anywhere near me, I need to see it.
So when they got a little dick, how do you turn them down?
I'm just like, oh, that's so cute. Okay,
Holy shit.
and I don't call them that.
Wow. Wow.
Like, I'm going to let them keep thinking that they are whatever. I'm not going to tell them that it's small, but I'm going to let them keep thinking that, and then they don't hear from me.
Yeah, don't
it's a
tell me
wrap.
I got a little dick, because there's nothing I can do about it.
No.
What if it's too?
Like, there's nothing, I mean, like, there's nothing I can do about it. If you tell me that I don't last long, or if you tell me I'm pussy game, eating games whack, I can improve that. I can't do nothing
You
about a
can't
little
do anything
dick.
about your size, but
No.
that's why too. I know in advance, like, oh yeah, this is just not gonna work. But that's why I
Okay.
appreciate my dude, because when I said whip it out, he did, and I was like, okay,
Oh, you
let's
have
proceed.
a boyfriend?
I'm engaged.
You have a
Really?
husband?
Yeah,
Damn.
I'm engaged.
And
Mexican?
is he
Jamaican.
Jamaican?
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Jamaican.
there we go.
That nigga dick is 12 feet long.
Oh, it's perfect.
I
But
know
I made him whip it out, though.
I know a guy who walked in his house on a girl getting fucked by a Jamaican.
Yeah.
And when that Jamaican stood up, he was just like, man, just leave, man. He didn't get mad. He said that Jamaican's dick was hanging to his knees. He was like, man, just leave.
That's wrong.
Letty's going through it right now, bro.
But I think that that's very important. But if a woman is okay with, a smaller, cuter size, like, then proceed by all means. But I just need to know in advance.
can't
Is
have
your
a cute
Jamaican
dick, bro.
fiance? Is he very like supportive of women's rights and stuff like
Oh,
that?
absolutely. But his country is also more progressive than America.
Jamaican men
is-
don't eat pussy.
Yes.
Unless you're gay.
Yeah, unless you're homosexual. But
You know
they
Jamaican men
they
don't eat pussy, right?
They do. What? That is not true.
That's a myth? That's some
That is
bullshit?
a myth.
And they don't let you cook food when you're on your period.
That is not true.
That is true. Yeah, you
That
can't
is
even
not
touch the
true.
food. You guys don't know enough Jamaicans, man.
Jamaican
Okay.
men be lying their ass
He
off.
is
Yo,
in
isn't it true?
America since he was 14.
Dwayne, get on the mic. Is it true
Dwayne,
you don't
you
let your
Jamaican?
wife cook when she's on her period, bro?
Oh, so you eat
That
pussy.
is not true. I eat pussy too. Yeah.
You're not Jamaican.
Do you put...
You from fucking Trinidad or some shit like that. This fake ass Jamaican over here.
What stereotypes
Do you
he
put
wants to
jerk
listen
sauce on the
to?
pussy before you eat it?
He put scotch bonnet on it. That's why I gotta be spicy.
So listen, did you feel like you needed to learn about Jamaican culture?
I'm interested in learning about my partner. So with that
Gotcha.
comes culture, so that I could better understand like his thought process and why he operates and governs the way he does.
How long y'all been together?
2.5 years now.
Why
Why
does
do
he hate gays so much?
So he actually isn't part of that stereotype of Jamaicans don't like gays. It is illegal
Have you
in
ever
their
used the
country,
term
though.
Bati boy?
It is illegal in their country,
Have you
but
ever-
he's very open-minded because he moved here when he was 14, so he has to he embraces it. Like he understands, like you have your differences, and that's all great.
When you guys first danced at the club together, did he hit you with the dagger? Did he?
He definitely did. He definitely did. That's what made her fall in love. She felt that
I was
dick.
like, wait, this is what you working
Dick
with?
talk.
Dick segment.
She felt that big ass Jamaican dick.
He put me up and put me on his shoulders, and I was like, oh yeah,
No, he did.
no,
How old are you,
Damn.
Marty, if you don't mind me asking?
30.
Oh, bitch.
So you just married the first. So you just married the first big dick you came across. The biggest dick she ever saw in her life. She's like, fuck that, I'm getting engaged.
So I'm not gonna say that I'm not biased. I only mess with big dick.
But
I've been with one
6 and
small
7
guy
isn't
one
big.
6 and 7 ain't big, Marty.
Yeah.
Actually, are you kidding me?
No.
The standard size is 5.6 inches.
See, your stats
So
are all off.
That is not true. Look it up.
So I'm above average.
Look it up. The average size in America is 5.6 inches.
What's
So
the average size in Jamaica?
That's probably
That's kind of small in
6.4,
Jamaica, I'm gonna be honest with you.
6.7.
From what I've heard about Jamaican men's dicks, 6-7 inches sound kind
7
of small in
inches is
Jamaica.
like you guys think that, oh, okay, 12 inches is, nobody is 12 inches. Like that's really, really, really drastically long. Like if you think about a ruler size, but a woman's canal can only take so much. There's going to be a lot left over if she can't fully take in his entire scrotum.
Hit that bottom, baby. Well, Chris, what the fuck are you showing me? This is average dick size. Average
Chris
dick
got a bullshit statistic.
Let's see what he found.
It's going to be Jewish guys have 9-inch dicks. That's the average
Okay.
size. Get the fuck out
China.
of here. China, what's
China-
China?
They're
Average
a
dick
lot
is
smaller.
4.3 inches.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
China's a lot smaller.
Let me get right to the big dicks. Okay.
What are they in Jamaica?
United States, the average dick in the U.S. is 5.1 inches.
Oh, that's even smaller than what I had bred.
Jamaican 6.4.
See?
Whoa.
6.4. I told you it was 6.4.
That ain't shit, though.
Yo, Dwayne is nodding
No,
his head.
6.4 is very
Dwayne
long.
Nodding his head
6
in
inches?
pride.
I'm 8.
This is 6 inches right here.
Let me
That's
see.
long.
Let me
I'm
see.
8, and I don't see nobody on this
Is
list.
that 6 inches?
That's 6 inches.
I'm
I don't
7
know
and
how much
3/4
6 is.
when it's wintertime, 8 when it's
Yeah, this motherfucker has
and
a
about
summer,
2.5 inches
summer
of
dick.
girth.
2 inches of girth. Wait, I need to.
Yeah, 2 is too small, right?
Mm,
How much girth do you need? What do you want it to look like? A Crystal Pepsi?
I like it thick so that way it can guarantee an orgasm.
Oh, you need to be pushed out.
Well,
You're not clitoral.
Why do girls act like they can't take no dick
up
when they have babies? As long as your dick ain't 8 pounds, fucking 7 ounces, 32 inches in length, dick shouldn't be nothing to
No,
y'all.
it's actually healthy for you to have sex while you're pregnant.
No, but that's not what he's saying. What he's saying is
Yeah, don't complain about shit.
the size of a big
Little
dick.
ass
It's not going to
dicks,
hit the
yeah.
baby.
Your
That's not
body gets
true.
ready to bring out the baby. It takes.
Yeah, but
you.
still,
that's
like-
what contractions are for. That's not the pussy that takes out the baby does not look like the same pussy you're fucking.
That's what dilation is, right?
Yes,
When the
exactly.
vagina dilates.
I make pussies dilate.
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh, yeah. Your dick.
Ladies,
your
if
dick
you
got
need to go into
shoulders.
labor.
You got some hips on your
Start
dick.
with labor. You go into labor.
Feet and legs on your dick, bro.
I've given a girl contractions, baby. Okay,
Sometimes they say you can make a period drop out.
You
Has that
can
ever happened?
actually. That's my doctor told me that if you have sex with your period, it comes out quicker. Just because it's like, hey,
Because you knock it off.
buddies, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's pay some bills, man.
All right, word.
Today's episode of The Brilliant Idiots is brought to you by Bevel. The temperatures are dipping, and if you're lucky, you'll be dipping into some panties during the upcoming cuffing season. Jesus Christ, Chris.
Damn, Chris. Chris out here jerking off while he's writing the copy.
goddamn, Chris.
You doing a fucking
why?
novella?
Why, Chris? Why? So make sure you're ready for anything by keeping yourself groomed with Bevel. Bevel is dermatologist approved and proven to reduce and prevent razor bumps, discoloration, and irritation. 9 out of 10 customers come back month to month to make sure they keep getting that Bevel blessing.
Unlike multi-blade razors, the bevel is designed to cut hair close to the skin, but not underneath it, okay? It helps to prevent razor bumps and irritation and keeps your skin healthy and smooth. And ladies, bevel is for you too. Up to 80% of black men and women experience razor bumps, and up to 30% of all men and women experience razor bumps. So, keep that kitty scratch-free with Bevel.
Kitty scratch.
There you go, Chris.
What the
there
fuck,
you
Chris?
go, Chris. Meow. Go to getbevel.com/idiots to order your
That's
bevel
a
today.
good
And
like
get
jingle.
That first month
Keep that
free.
kitty scratch free. Like that's a great
keep
jingle.
that kitty scratch free.
Free.
What?
Bevel.
Keep that kitty scratch free.
Bevel.
What? Keep that kitty scratch free. Keep that kitty scratch free.
Bevel.
Keep that kitty
That's
scratch
been great.
free.
Shout out to
Keep that
them.
kitty scratch
That's
free.
slow. You're gonna remember
Kitty
that.
scratch free.
Bevel.com.
Okay, that's GETBEVEL.com/idiots to get the first month of your Bevel subscription for free. Back
Okay.
to the show.
Let's talk on a couple pop culture topics. First of all, what time y'all flight leave?
At 5:15.
5:15.
Oh, you're good.
Y'all should.
No, we have to dip now.
Yo, did you come
You
with a
should
posse?
leave like 2. You can leave at 2.
Did you bring a
We gotta go
posse?
JFK.
It seems like everything takes a long time to get here, though.
No, what time is it? Like 5?
2 hours to get anywhere in New York.
2 o'clock. You be good. You get there by 4.
Yeah, you're fine.
You get
2
there.
o'clock is way too much time. You
Okay.
leave an hour
But
before.
MTV has the car at 1:30.
Coming
From the
here?
Hotel?
Yeah.
The car's coming here.
No, so
Tell them to come here.
Why would you have to?
Why are we discussing this right now?
Oh, your
Let's
stuff's
figure
still
it
at the
out.
hotel.
Stop it.
Oh,
This is a
shit.
waste
Yeah,
of
y'all
time.
gotta leave. All right, listen.
No, you don't have to
gotta
cut it out. Leave it. Leave
Listen,
it.
give some context to who Marty is. Marty works at
Oh, Real 92.3.
in LA
Oh, Spicy Marty.
with Letty. What's your
with
shift?
Leticia. What's my what?
Your shift.
I'm on the weekends overnight. I do 2 to 6 a.m. and then Wednesdays the Spice Trap on Liddy show.
The Spice Trap.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's
I give a
hookup advice.
hood rat hookup advice.
What's Hood Rat Hookup advice? Give me.
I can know. I'm just joking. I'm,
Like her expertise, she's a relationship expert. Everybody, like she's a matchmaker, but clearly on her.
One big Jamaican dick. Now you're a relationship expert.
No,
No, I'm a
she got a
certified-
certificate,
I'm certified.
everything. So she
Certified
did the
dating
due
coach.
diligence, Andrew. But when she
What?
comes on the show, what we kind
talking
of go
to me,
off
yo?
of
What are you talking
is
about?
like just pop culture stuff, and she kind of gives us her take when it's ratchet or. When it's not,
sex
it's not,
and
it's
relationships
not
and
people that want to
dating.
get married. It's people that want to hook up.
What advice
Oh.
have you given Letty?
ooh, I'm trying to matchmake her right now.
Okay.
Letty's
So
a celibate though. Can you tell her to get some?
she is, but she just hasn't met the right person. Like it's not like she's not ever going to do it again. I think when she feels comfortable with the man and she feels safe, that she will probably give up the wombs.
The wombs?
Yeah.
Wounds.
I thought you said the wound.
Who you matching her up with?
So there's a few people that I want to set her up with, but I want Letty to really figure out what exactly her core values are and what she's willing to compromise and not compromise. Because I think that in the past she's compromised a lot in her relationships and chosen. Sorry,
up.
it turned into he started asking me about
Yes.
you, and it turned into relationships with people who weren't equally yoked with her. And I'm a firm believer that iron sharpens iron, and that she needs to be with somebody just as strong, if not even stronger.
So she dates like janitors and guys that work at Starbucks and shit like that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
What?
I think that she is a person who believes in people's potential. And
Mixtape rappers. Got you. Okay, it's all making sense now.
Damn, lady.
Got
no,
you.
it's just that she's,
Got
you know
How low
what?
do
She's
you
a
think
lover
you're
though. She's a lover. So she falls in love sometimes, I think, with the idea of you and doesn't necessarily choose what's best for her. And it's unfortunate to say because I love her so much, but she is a lover. She will like take in a stray dog and try to mend them back to health.
Wow.
And she's
That's
taking in
her.
some
She
stray
does.
dogs
No,
back in
she
the day.
does. No, she does. She does.
Shout out to the stray dogs.
So I want her to be with somebody who is extremely not just successful but extremely confident and also saved. I think that she needs to be with the man who's God fearing.
Have you introduced her to any Jamaicans?
I try to hook her up with the
little.
brother.
You fucked the man's brother?
No, they didn't hook up. They didn't hook up.
But did you give him head?
No.
Do you give head?
Yes.
Come on, talk on the mic. You don't give head if you don't know how to talk on the microphone.
So you still will give head, you're saying?
Yeah, I would rather give head
Then have sex.
than have sex.
Do you ever give head with your butt?
Stupidest logic in the world, by the way. We've had this discussion. It makes no sense. You'd rather have a dick
It
in your
makes no
mouth.
sense because of the way that you think of sex. It makes sense to me because
That's some white girl shit,
No,
bro.
my vagina is a holy place. Creation happens
your
in my
mouth.
vagina. No,
You
and
literally
let me
get
tell
paid
you,
for what comes out your
let me tell you that I consider myself a great
Could
pleaser.
get paid
I
for
love
what goes in it.
pleasing a man, and I enjoy giving head because I enjoy it, not because what it does anything else, but I enjoy giving head,
By the
and
way-
I enjoy it because I love the power of giving head. That I can make you feel a way by the way I'm moving.
By the
And
way,
I-
if I was trying to smut out a radio personality, all I would want is head. You bring that big mouth that you get paid to use all motherfucking day and wrap that shit around my
But I'm
cock.
also not giving head to anyone.
Okay, so like
it's not a
Tell me
consolation
about your
prize.
opinions on
Give
pop
me-
culture.
give me-
I hit LeBron James.
I'm leaving. I'm going back to LA.
How
Fuck
you gonna
you
say
guys.
what
What do you think of the new Tribe Called Quest album?
It's really missing
Really?
Did you see Dave Chappelle on SNL?
I'm walking dead.
That's still sex though. But I understand it doesn't raise your body count, Letty. It doesn't count
it
against your
does.
numbers.
Head
we
is
don't
worse.
keep track about how
I
many
don't
guys you
care
gave
about
bubble
that
to.
shit, though.
Most
At the
men
end
don't
of the
ask
day-
how many dicks have you had in your mouth.
No.
the first thing I asked.
Stop,
No,
dude.
no, you
because
don't.
this is you're
You
like
ask- majority
you
of
guys
men will
think
ask for how
that
many men
the
you
way
made
that
with.
women look at sex is the same way a man looks at sex. Honestly, I have sex and oral sex as affection. It's not to feed an urge. It's not to fuck. It is literally for an affectionate to be affectionate towards my dude. So it's
Not
not
sucking
happening to us.
everybody's dick.
I'm not sucking everybody's dick. I will suck my man's dick. I will.
You know what's man funny? That's
I'll
what men
suck
do.
my
You can
man's
suck
dick.
one guy's dick and be like, yo, why you suck everybody's dick for, yo? The fuck is wrong with
like
you?
that.
That's why I can't have conversations with you guys right now.
I love you. I don't want you out here sucking everybody.
She's not going. Wait, first off, in her defense, she is not going down on anybody. She hasn't done anything to anybody who's not her dude. She's like waiting for that person, and I'm gonna introduce her. I'm gonna match her up with somebody.
Can I ask you guys something? I read an interesting article about the love paradox. It was called, and I'm going to post it on Twitter so you guys that are listening can check it out. It was really interesting, and it said that there's a problem often in relationships is that love and intimacy or desire are like conflicting entities, right? Because love longs for closeness, right, and desire thrives on distance. Right? So sometimes you can become so close to somebody that you're actually fused to them, and then you don't connect with them anymore because you can't connect to something you're already fused to. Right?
That's
so,
true.
So oftentimes it happens.
It's too close, so there's no room to grow.
There's no room to go, and there's nothing to desire for. Like you, and the article was saying, like you almost need to keep secrets from your spouse. Not secrets in terms of cheating, but just like have something that's your own.
Correct.
That's why you got to flip on
Correct.
every girl you love, bro.
What you mean?
If you find yourself starting to love her too much, flip on her. Block her fucking number.
No,
For
get
real.
a hobby. Do something apart from them. Find something that takes you away from them
Yo,
for a
stop
moment.
sucking everyone's dick, yo. What the fuck, yo? I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired
Talk
of
about
this.
get a hobby. Is that your hobby? Huh? This sucking random dicks for affection,
So-
Letty?
This is perfect because this is actually like my expertise. You hit on a great point.
Okay.
Part of the reason that people lose spice in the relationship is because they give too much and give it too often. And so you can easily, just like if you eat the same food every single day, get tired of it. You may love pizza to death, but if you have it every single day, you know when it's going to be delivered, but the temperature, what it's going to taste like, everything. There's nothing to get you excited. And excitement is an emotion. It's something that makes us feel invigorated. And that's part of the reason why when we first start dating somebody, that there's this instant connection, what we call chemistry. It's an emotional reaction. It's this like longing and passion and desire because I haven't been with you yet. So you're still mysterious.
Yeah.
So there does need to be an
yeah.
element of mysteriousness in the relationship. You should let your partner wonder sometimes what you're doing. You should have activities and hobbies of your own so that you're not with each other every single second, so that they get a chance to like actually miss you.
Marty, you're right. And with that said, that's why you can't make sucking dick seem like just a kiss.
It's not
like just something that you just do.
She's not going to.
Like,
I'm not just fucking sucking people's dicks. I'm not just kissing people. I'm sucking my dude's dick.
Who's your dude?
If I have
But she has one.
I want to know who dick's getting
She's
sucked.
being abstinent right now. She's being celibate. Like she's not doing anything.
Goodness.
Yo, what
But
if
when
Trump
time,
said,
she
listen,
will.
they're coming across the border, just sucking everybody's dicks?
Then those women,
Literally.
those same
Then
women,
that would make America great
Women
again.
would
You'd
still
have people
vote for
going,
him.
don't build the wall. Don't build the wall.
No, those Trump voters would have still voted for him.
I just don't want girls that, get in the positions in life where they got walls built around their pussy and they feel like their mouth is less sacred than their vagina is. Okay, the mouth means a lot.
The mouth does mean a lot. That's why the guy that I'm with is going to get my mouth, not the guy that I just met, not the guy that I'm going to hook up
What does
with.
the Bible say about the tongue?
Goodness.
What does the
Okay,
Bible
this is
say
my
about the
personal
tongue?
What
philosophy.
does it say?
I'm not imposing my philosophy on anyone. I am choosing not to have sex until I meet the man that I feel is going to be my dude, my forever. Okay, in that point in fact.
Because the mouth
But
is so important.
that dude
And
will
pussy's not
also
even mentioned in the Bible.
Wait, what does the
tongue
mouth
is.
say? Tongue what?
The tongue is mentioned in the Bible.
mightier than the sword.
Yes, the tongue is mightier than the sword. Don't say nothing about pussy in the Bible. That lets you know right there you shouldn't suck everybody's dick.
But I'm not sucking everybody's dick. I'm saying when I get a dude, I'm gonna show him affection. I would like pleasing my guy, so I'm gonna suck his dick.
Well, the Bible was
Why is
the
that
Bible
wrong?
was referring
Why is
to
that wrong?
the Bible was
I never
referring to
took you for a dick
speaking
sucker.
to guard what you say. But if we're gonna make it sexual,
podcast, we talked about sucking dick.
I don't remember that about
I said I swallowed it. You guys were like, oh my god.
The way Charlamagne looked at you when you were like, she was just crying out for help. I'm just gonna suck his dick. I'm just gonna suck it. Why can't I just suck his dick?
Oh my God! Listen, did we see Dave Chappelle on SNL?
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
I only saw the Walking Dead sketch and
Phenomenal.
then the opening monologue, but yeah.
Walking Dead, phenomenal.
Brilliant.
You didn't see the election night? I thought
Election night was great. Election night was great.
Yeah.
Because it was real.
Yeah.
'Cause that's really
how it felt.
that's
Exactly
how it
just
was.
like that.
What did I say to you? I said the black and brown vote comes in late. They threw that in there. That
Really?
shit. Oh my God, it was so funny, man. Walking Dead sketch phenomenal. Monologue was good. I had one problem with the monologue.
What?
The whole give Donald Trump a chance thing.
Why?
Because we don't live in that world. And I don't, first of all, let's be clear. I want what Donald Trump has, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm gonna say some shit that's gonna piss everybody off one fucking day.
Yeah.
And I want everybody to forget about that shit the way they forget about everything Donald Trump motherfucking
What do you
says.
call him? Teflon Don?
Teflon fucking Don. I've never seen anything like this, bro. This motherfucker has slandered people for 18 motherfucking months, been a bigot, spread hatred, and now it's just like, let's give him a chance. You didn't give Bill Cosby a fucking chance. You didn't give Nate Parker a chance with Birth of a Fucking Nation. Why does fucking Donald Trump just get a chance?
Well, 'cause
just
he
like that.
Yeah, I don't think he doesn't have a rape accusation yet.
He has had rape accusations.
He has?
Going into
Yes.
a case right now, like in a
It got dropped.
Sexual assault or rape?
The rape, 13-year-old girl.
Rape. Say again?
And his wife? His wife. I didn't hear about the wife. The
Anyway.
rape case was supposed to start December 13th.
And he wants to put it off or something like that.
It got dropped.
So you're saying that you don't want to give him a chance.
You shouldn't. First of all, we don't have no choice but to give him a chance because he's
Yeah.
president.
I think that's
But
why
don't you
Chappelle
think
was saying that, though. I
Yeah,
think that he was
yeah.
trying to say, hey, we don't have an option, so why not unify?
He should have said that.
But he also said, "Give us a chance." Right? He said, as a person representing the historically disenfranchised,
Right.
we demand you give us a chance as well. And I think it was his way of sticking out an olive branch.
I think that was strong.
I thought it was really strong.
What
man.
kind of shit is that
Yeah.
to say about a president in 2016?
He's saying, we're going to give you a chance. We don't have a choice, but you need to take us into
we
consideration,
have to
too.
tell a president to give the people of the United States of America a chance in 2016?
You know what I think? I think like other countries are looking at what we do with our freedom and they're like, yep, this is why y'all don't have fucking rights. Like other countries are like, you see what the fuck
Yeah.
America
No,
do?
for sure.
Like, yeah, you don't want to be
Don't do that.
America.
For sure.
What do I always say? America
too
got
much
too
freedom.
much fucking freedom,
Hey,
bro.
you know we have too much freedom when people are protesting a fairly democratically elected official. Like, this was a fair election. You can't say that it wasn't fair.
I mean, it was.
It was
So you're saying that it's fair because of the Constitution.
because of
process,
how our,
like it's just the
because
process.
of how our
I-
process
so
works.
because of the process.
Yeah.
But what if we don't believe that the process is fair though?
But-
and a lot of
let
people
me say
don't
one
because
thing.
Hillary
so
won the
are you
popular
saying
vote.
that
Let me say-
legal means fair? Because those are two different things.
what I'm
People don't
saying
understand
is-
that electoral college shit.
So you're saying what is your argument again?
I'm
For the-
saying that just because it's legal doesn't mean it's fair.
But you're against
Those
the
are two
Electoral
different
College.
things. Yes.
Okay,
I
so
think that
what I would like to know is why there were no people crying when Barack lost the popular vote to Hillary in 2008.
He didn't.
He did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, he did.
He
There's
didn't
only
lose
been
the
two
popular
presidents
vote.
that lost the popular vote
Go-
in the past 16 years.
Because they weren't
it
running
was
for
Al
president.
Gore.
They weren't running for president. They were running for the Democratic nominee.
No, Al Gore.
They were running
the
for the
Democratic
Democratic nominee.
Al Gore lost popular vote
You're
to
not
George
listening.
Bush.
You're not
No,
listening.
he's talking about
What do you
just
mean?
like the one
In the
before.
primary,
when you choose
in the
Democrat,
Democratic primary, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. Democrat and Barack Obama won enough. I guess are they delegates to be the Democrat? But he lost the popular vote. Now there was no protest of that
I
decision.
didn't know that was the same.
Okay, but just like
So
Trump,
where are those people?
Even you said you watched the 60-minute special. Trump even admitted. He said, "I'm following I'm following the Constitution, the
Trump tweeted
electoral
out
vote,
himself,
but he
the electoral
thinks it
college
should
is
be
bullshit.
the popular vote."
Trump
It should
tweeted out
be the- it
himself,
should be the
which they
popular
asked him
vote.
about on 60 Minutes.
Do I want Obama? Do I love Obama? Yes, I'm happy because that's who I voted for.
Right.
That he became president. But should it be the popular vote? Absolutely.
I don't think it should.
Why?
Because I think it's important to understand the historical context of our nation and how each state plays a role in it. And we come from this place where each of these states operated almost like their own countries. And when you have a popular vote, you completely reduce a lot of these states to having no power whatsoever. Right? Not to mention.
That wouldn't be true, though.
Yes, it would. Nobody would give a fuck about New Hampshire, Delaware,
But you would still
Rhode
need
Island.
numbers.
You would
They
still
probably
have a
wouldn't
vote.
travel
Your
there,
vote
but you
would
still need
still
those
count,
numbers.
though.
You need these people's vote. They pay taxes just like you and I pay taxes.
Yeah.
So they should get the attention that you and I should get.
So
just
this is
because
about
somebody is
attention?
born in
It's because of
Actually-
attention?
actually
what do you
shows-
think?
So-
what do you
so-
think a politician is running on?
No,
promises.
but if we're doing it based on so that you feel special, so that you see me during my campaign,
It's not-
That's not enough reason that we
No,
should
no,
be
no,
counting
no, no.
electoral
No, no, no.
votes.
Without an electoral
No, no, no.
college, the vote actually is more important.
Understand what attention means. Attention from a president means these are our needs. And in order to get our votes, in order to get our delegates, you're going to have to promise us that you will service our needs. So if I'm in Ohio, maybe I want industry back there. If I'm on Rhode Island, maybe I want something for the fishing. If I'm in Kentucky, I want coal. Now, if you remove that,
You're saying lie to me and tell me that you love me, so
Why-
I feel comfortable fucking you right now.
no.
That's what Donald Trump did.
Why?
That's
First of
exactly
all-
what Donald Trump
But
did.
you may not really
Mari,
love me.
Mari,
but
take
tell
in
me
the
that so
information
I
I'm
can feel
taking.
good about
That's what
my
all
decision.
politicians
Mari,
do, by
Mari,
the way.
Mari.
it's
By the
not
way,
outside.
all
not-
politicians
That,
do
Stop,
and
that.
that's
stop.
why I'm saying
Everybody
what,
slow down.
what
Mari,
we
Mari,
did
Mari,
was legal,
take
but
the
it was not fair.
All right, take the information then. First of all, it's fair because both of them signed up for it before they went there. They didn't protest it beforehand. It was completely
It was a fair election.
Second of all, you're talking about a popular vote in an electoral college election. Now, people that are part of a state that's already pre-decided, that's already going to be red or blue beforehand, don't vote in these elections, so there's voter apathy. So a popular vote is actually not a good example of what the actual popular vote would be if people came out to the polls for a popular
Yeah,
vote.
'cause it'd be
this is an electoral college
about we
election.
try
You
it?
have 49.6% of all people who didn't vote.
Election?
If 100% of the people voted, the numbers would be astronomical.
We don't know what it'd be. Maybe they'd be more Trump. Maybe they'd be more
But that's the thing,
Hillary.
we're
We
living
don't
in
know.
darkness. We don't know.
So
and I don't think that just
you
because
can't
we
protest-
decided years ago that this is how we were going to run the country means that it has to stay like that.
But you should look up the historical context of this, and I think you're not really grasping the importance of having representation for each state and how important it is. I come from a state that's going to get represented no matter what, New York, but I still have compassion to someone from Montana who pays the same taxes
But
as
don't
I
you
do.
think-
They should have attention,
Don't
not
you-
attention like, hey, how are you, but attention to their needs in that state.
But don't you
They're
think-
still Americans. Just because they disagree with you
But
philosophically
how are their needs
doesn't
being
mean they
met?
don't need needs.
By them visiting during their campaign, now their needs are met?
Listen, but don't you
What
think
do
if you
you
take
think
away
happens
listen,
when they go to
if you
these
take
states?
away the electoral
Do you
college
understand how
votes, don't you think
campaigning works?
politicians would have to go everywhere? If you took away electoral college votes and you just had to motherfucking win people over across America, don't you think they would travel more
Trump
places?
even tweeted, he's like, if this was just a popular vote, I would have went to
Went to-
Florida, New
exactly,
York, whatever.
exactly.
So I think, me personally, they would put more stock in the places with more dense populations. And in my personal opinion, I think as a tax-paying citizen, you have the right to have your needs addressed.
I mean, you look at the election this year, right? You had
Look, all I'm saying is people should
49.6.
Google the reason why we have an electoral college and the historical implications of it, and it's not as nasty as people think.
It is actually worse, actually. 49.6% of all people didn't vote, right? And if you look at the election, I think Hillary's winning by like 2 million people. as far as the
1.
popular vote is concerned. Or it's close to 2 now, right? So with that said, every vote really does count in these close-ass elections. So I think if you took away the Electoral College and just left it up to the numbers, they would have to go visit more people and see what the needs are of these individuals in these motherfucking states that they probably wouldn't
And
fuck
people
with.
would feel like
you
their
couldn't
vote
just
really
go to
mattered.
New York, California, fucking Texas. You'd have to go to South Carolina.
See, I think that you'd see less of that. I think you'd see apathy within the candidates, and it would be even more isolated.
People feel like their
don't
vote
think
doesn't
so.
count. And in a way, it doesn't.
Not with the Electoral College.
Exactly. And so I'm a firm believer that
Why
everybody
doesn't it?
should vote. But,
Hillary won the
but
popular vote.
unfortunately,
But what I'm saying is, I think your vote, you could argue, would count even less. I think your vote would count even less in a popular election, depending on where you're from.
no, it's not, because the majority would rule. The majority
That's
of
it.
voters would rule.
That's it.
Yeah, but it wouldn't address the needs that each state might have and might want from the presidency. You see what I'm saying?
But you're equating the Electoral College's needs getting met. What needs are getting met because this person who is running their campaign stopped by that state?
We just said it.
No, the policies, specific policies weren't put in place. They're making false promises that probably aren't
That's
even
an
going to
assumption.
happen.
But that's an assumption. But that happens on both sides. That happens with the Electoral College or without the Electoral College. When anybody goes there, they're going to make these promises.
Right, but let me tell you.
But it has nothing to do with the Electoral College, Mari. You're conflating two things.
No, but them going
You're
and
conflating
visiting
natural
they're-
politics and a way
but
to
them
go
going
engage
and visiting
with people.
does not make it guaranteed that what they're promising. You're basically
Even when they don't visit, it doesn't guarantee. What does that make?
I think y'all would
difference?
fuck if she wasn't engaged. I see a
has a
lot of
big
sexual
butt.
attention.
I love Mari's butt. I'm
Whip
a
it
fan
out.
of
Let me
her.
I haven't seen
I
it.
read-
You gotta grab it first.
I read the Celestine prophecy. I see a lot of
Let me
energy.
whip it. I gotta see what you're working with.
I see a lot of energy over here.
What shoe size do you wear?
These are 13s, boo.
Okay.
Let me put those up there for
You ever fucked a white boy,
Okay.
Mari?
Yes.
Really?
You fucked a
white
Did you
guy?
like it?
Yeah.
Really? He must
Yeah.
have had a big dick.
Of course, I made him whip it out.
What you think is big ain't big, though. All
My bad, yo. Sorry.
right,
See
listen,
those
man.
big old feet.
Marty and Letty, thank you for coming. We appreciate y'all. We about to close this shit down. Listen, we're going to be in Boston on December 3rd.
Make sure you come check it out. Go to thewilbur.com for tickets.
Yes, buy your tickets, man. Come watch the Brilliant. I think that's our last live show of the year,
Yeah,
actually.
that's going to be our last live show of the year. I got some stand-up shows coming out. Make sure you come out to those. Go to theandrewschultz.com for tickets. I'll talk about them next week. But come to the Boston show. It's going to be wild, man.
Letty, anything you want to say in closing?
Just because I suck dick doesn't mean I'm a whore, okay?
Nobody said
So you're
you're
admitting
a whore.
you suck dick.
Yes, I suck dick.
Who? This is disgusting.
You eat food, don't you?
What? So you compare sucking dick to eating food? I eat 3 times a day.
That's what
So
I
you
said.
suck dick 3
Wait.
times a fucking day? Letty sucks dick 3 to 4 times a day.
Damn, girl.
Jesus Christ, Letty.
Oh, my
There is
goodness.
a form of protein
All
in
right.
it.
Okay. You know what?
Oh, my goodness.
All right. As always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart.
You guys can be fucking
think we're
dicks, but
intelligent?
I can't be a dick.
Exactly.
We can be dicks, we don't suck them. Okay? As always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. If you listen to this podcast and think we're just a couple idiots who don't know shit, you're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Peace.
Oh, one more post roll, baby. Salute to Viceland for supporting this week's episode of The Brilliant Idiots. I got much love for Viceland because they gave my guys, Jesus Nice and the Kid Merrill, their own show. You may know them as the Bodega Boys. They've landed their own late night TV show on Viceland, the TV channel from Vice. It's called Jesus and Merrill, weeknights at 11 p.m. I honestly never watched Vice ever in my life until Jesus and Merrill got a show. First time I ever tuned into Viceland was Jesus and Merrill's first premiere episode. Who did they have on the show that day? Was it Aquafina? Might have been Aquafina.
It wasn't Cardi B?
Nah, I think it was Aquafina. It was Aquafina, but no white guys named Jimmy, no A-list celebrities selling their new movie, no scripted jokes, no band. Just 2 guys from the BX, the Bronx, giving you their takes on culture, politics, sports, entertainment, and other subjects they don't know anything about. Watch Jesus and Merrill on TV on Viceland every Monday through Thursday night at 11 p.m. Go to Viceland.com to find your channel and check out some free episodes. As Jesus Nice and the Kid Merrill say, the brand is strong.